Peace, this is Jarrell's Quantum Light Consciousness. Today is the April Quantum Numerology reading for the month of April. Also for the upcoming Solar Eclipse rolling into the beginning of April. So we're going to start here with a card drawn for each week in April, leading up to the end of April there. So we have two decks here that I use. I use the Numerology deck here, which is a card deck that goes 0 through 9. And each number has 3 ways each card is read. So you have the inhibited version of the card, which is a more passive version of the card. You have the exaggerated version of the card, which is more of a more outwards version of the card. And then you have a solution-based version of the card, which is more of a more balanced version of the card. All right. And then I also pulled from my Oracle deck, as you can see here. All right. And so let's get started. Okay. So week 1 here, we have the 8 in inhibition right here. All right. So what this card details is 2 squares in a circle. All right. So these 2 squares are locked in a circle. They're closed in and they're locked together, and they aren't able to freely flow and grow amongst themselves individually. They're not expressive, and they're not able to expand into their true selves of who they are. Being these 2 squares are representative of people. This can be either in a romantic relationship, this can be in a friendship, or this can be in a business relationship, or any type of relationship, really. You have this 8 here out of balance, and it's trying to tell you something here, that things are not in balance. Things need to be communicated. Things need to be expressed. Words need to be said, and things need to be heard. And sitting down and having a conversation can go a long way. Also, space goes a long way. That's huge. So take some time this week to get yourself some space to really zone in and tune into yourself, align with your center, align with the cosmos and your own inner universe and galactic embodiment and who you truly are, and wait for those intuitive answers to come to you, because you don't want to be too close to somebody else. When you're too close to somebody else, it clouds your intuition, and it clouds your ability to hear your own inner voice and hear your own thoughts and discern from which thoughts are actually yours, or your thoughts, or thoughts that are coming from somewhere else that aren't you. So the 8 represents harmony and abundance and flow of that eternal infinity spiraling within itself. You want to have that inner ecosystem to be flowing within you at all times, to where you're experiencing your own inner abundance no matter what happens around you. So work on that, because that is very important. All right, so that's what the 8 is telling you there. Okay, so the second card in April is the 0 in exaggeration. Now, what this 0 here is depicting here is, what you see here is a circle of dots, or a circle of spheres. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 spheres on the outside, and 1 in the center, creating 10. All right. So, this is the all in the one. This represents everything. However, this is the exaggerated version of everything. This is one person who's only focusing on themselves excessively in exaggeration. So in exaggeration, we can see how the dot in the center as an individual draws to it all nine, and it acts manipulatively with the urge to its life excessively. So don't go overboard when, from your week 1 to week 2, when you're focusing on yourself, don't take it to your head to where it's like, oh, it's only me. Everything's only me. It's all about me. It's okay to be selfish. I'm selfish. Like it's really never okay to be selfish. If you're ever using that word, it's not good. You're out of balance. So just take some time, and you want to stay in alignment, stay centered, stay on that middle path to where where you're out of balance, where you're leaning too far to one side, and then you're leaning too far to the other side. All right. It's called walking the middle path. You want to stay in that middle path to where you understand the polarity of your reality, and you're able to realign and recenter yourself when you see fit. So when you're in your 0 point and you're getting your intuition hits, you're hearing your inner voice, you're talking to your higher selves, you're understanding who you are on a deeper level. Understand your life isn't always only about you. So just have some courtesy and some consideration while you are still understanding who you are. When you always put yourself first all the time, it gets old. There's other people in your life who deserve love and attention and respect without it taking away from you. Of course, you don't want anything to be taken away from you. That's not the point of going deeper. It's always to help yourself so you can be more yourself, and then you can show up more as yourself. So the 0 represents the all in the one as the entire universe within the individual, and embodiment of that galactic universal individual in a vessel. So when that's in balance, that's the most powerful thing you could possibly have. It also represents the space throughout the cosmos and as the cosmos. So that's the most powerful thing you could possibly have in a vessel. So understanding that and utilizing that in your day-to-day life really helps you move with the tides and the ebb and flow, and aligning yourself to where you truly are supposed to be, and moving in a rhythmical fashion to where you know who you are, you know where you're going, and you know how you're getting there, step by step, on a course correction modality, to where when things happen, you slightly course adjust, and then something else happens, you slightly course adjust, and another thing happens, and then you make another decision. And that's how it works, from that inner center, that inner space of who you truly are, being balanced and aligned without taking it overboard. So for the 3rd week in April, we have the 7 in exaggeration. So this seems to be like the exaggeration month or something. This is quite the month here. So the 7 here, as you can see, it looks good. This card from bird's eye view looks good. It looks like here you got the circle with the triangle and the square in the center of the triangle. And what that usually represents is like a Stargate, you moving through into a new world, you moving through into your own world, and you embodying yourself as that balanced, aligned cosmic presence, walking the middle path. Yet, however, for this card here, what this is also telling you is to mind your balance. You want to not be too materialistic and exaggerated in a spiritual way. All right. So when you get on that middle path, again, remember the lesson from last week. Don't take it to your head. Stay out of your head. Don't go too far into thinking it's only you. It's all about you. You. All right. Be humble. Have humility. Allow yourself to be present and not be offended by many things at all, if anything. You know, it's kind of like that old age adage to where when things happen in your life, you kind of only expect a certain amount of maturity from the level of development this society has currently experienced, you know? So when you're in your zone and you're walking and you're moving through your life and things come up, don't allow it to trigger your pride. You know, it's like, you know you're from the stars. You know you're a galactically embodied person. You're a royalty incarnated being. Your ancestors, your father, your mother, your grandfather are all kings and queens in the galactic realm. If you go and visit them, they're right there looking down at you, cheering you on every single day. So when you're down here and you have to deal with, paying your taxes, dealing with technology, dealing with people at your job, dealing with people in traffic, stuff like that, just allow it to roll off of you like water off a duck's back. It doesn't have to get to you. It doesn't have to irritate you. It doesn't have to continue to agitate your system. If you let it go, if you let it go. So stay in your heart, stay in your center. Remember, stay on the middle path. This represents the middle path, and understanding, don't go too far this way, and don't go too far this way. You want to, be in alignment and stay the course. Remain balanced like a tree. Be centered, grounded, rooted, yet have common sense, and don't let silliness sway you off course. All right. So the last card here is my favorite card from my Oracle deck, which is the Divine Feminine Warrior Goddess Angel. All right. So this is the first time I've ever pulled this card. This card represents standing in your power and doing the things that you have to do, regardless of feeling pain, feeling hurt, feeling depressed, feeling anxious, and powering through those. All right, this is a warrior card. This is for standing up for the people who you love, like your family, or if you have kids, it's like the Divine Feminine Goddess. The Divine Feminine really shows up and really does what she has to do when children are involved. She stands up and she really shines. She handles her business. She starts kicking ass and she handles people. She handles things and she brings justice into the world. It's kind of like Sophia. When Sophia comes back, it's her. You just know, Or Athena. When Athena shows up, it's Athena. You don't have to say anything. There's an aura. There's an aura there. She's got a halo around her head. She's got light streaming down through her. Her eyes are lit up like, lightning bolts. It's like she's huge. Her energy is huge. So it's like, this week, this last week of April, you really want to align, center, ground yourself, and bring in that energy. Whoever your guide is, whoever your Divine Feminine Goddess is, bring that in, allow her to heal you, guide you, coach you. And if you are a female, allow her to embody you, allow her to be in your body, allow her to move through you so you can become more of that. All right. So that is the April reading here. Hope you guys liked it. If you guys would like a session, I do sessions at quantumlight.org. I do intuitive readings, coaching, custom art, all that. I also have a t-shirt line. Check that out, empathleague.com. And more videos will come like this. Peace and love. I'll talk to you guys soon.